My name is Roberta Sansone. I'm a resident here at Elim Park and I love to cook. My famous recipe is Eggplant Parmesan. Several ways to make it, but I'm going to show you the recipe that I was taught when I was a little kid by my grandmother. My buddy here,
Baki Belica, that came to Elim Park about a year ago and love being here right now. Love the residents, love everybody here. So we both got different ways about cooking. She's got old school family recipes. I got more commercial based cooking for restaurant business. So we're gonna try to do both of them and see how it works out. I think we should do great.
now in respect for him, I have the Albanian
And I got the Italian.
apron on.
We're representing each other, let's put it that
Each
way.
other,
And we
but-
are neighbors.
We're neighbors.
Yes, we are
We both
neighbors.
love cooking.
She sends Jim to the store. Let's get this right.
Okay, he's right. Jim goes to the store. We buy the eggplant, and Jim usually peels and slices it. And then he gives it to me, and I have 3 pans set up. One is a seasoned flour, the second is beat up eggs, and the third is when they're all coated, you put them in the third, and then it goes and you fry them. And then when they're all done and the oil is patted out, I make my tray. All right, in the flour, I have dry basil, Mrs. Dash, garlic powder, and seasoned salt, and a little salt and pepper. And I season it up also with a little breadcrumbs. And then I mix it all together. The breadcrumbs makes it crispier. Then I go into the beaten egg, and then I put all the slices in a pan, and I start frying them in oil, which has to be a little bit thick so they float. And then I have like a thing to take them out and put them in a pan with paper towels and get all the oil out, and then I put it together, which you'll see when it's all done.
And then you gotta grate your cheese.
And then we grate Parmesan or Reggiano on the thick side because I like fresh grated cheese on the eggplant. Jim
Peels,
it and slices it for me on the slicer. And then I throw them all in the seasoned flour and then into the egg. And then
Straight to the fryer. Peel, slice, flour, egg, fryer.
right.
And then plate it. And plus, it's all about how you grate the cheese when it comes to Jim. He actually did an awesome job. We got to give him credit.
Oh.
We can't take that away from the guy.
No.
He worked hard at that.
He grates
You know?
he grates it, and only the piece of Parmesan or Reggiano.
Nothing goes to waste.
No.
We're going to be grating on this side of the grater. There's all different sizes of grating. But we're going to grate on this side because it gives you the longer strip and it gives you a nice smooth grate. And as you push down, you can see that cheese has got nice long strips and they're nice and narrow.
It's pretty good, buddy.
You like that, huh?
Yeah. See, I learn something new every day.
You gotta keep turning the cheese because as it grates down, the cheese is usually bigger than the space that you're grating on. And then as it starts to build up, you got a nice pile inside the grater that holds it so that it doesn't spread everywhere. Okay?
Jim gets the eggplant and he cuts it, the top off and the bottom, slices it, slices the bottom, puts it on the slicer, and gives me the pieces. I'd say maybe less than about 1/8 of an inch, and then I start battering them, and then it goes through the process.
And with the eggplant, you could either keep it peeled or unpeeled with skin
Right.
on or skin off. All depends how you choose to
Right.
like the eggplant. Some people like the skin on, some people don't.
Do you like it?
No skin.
I don't like skin. He eats it with the skin on, and they're from Naples.
They don't waste nothing.
No.
Not even the
and
skin.
my kids think it's bitter, so that's why I don't keep it on.
You gonna do them one by one? You're gonna do the flour, I'll do the eggs.
Yep. I usually
know?
do it like this, really good. I don't have the whisk. If I do, all right, you want to do it? All
I
right.
gotta do something instead of
Okay,
just watching.
okay.
I feel like I'm not doing nothing. Jim did more work than I did.
No.
All right.
I'm taking the slices and I'm coating it with a flour mixture which has salt, pepper, a little bit of seasoned salt, Mrs. Dash, garlic powder, and dry basil.
I usually just throw a little egg on top of the oil just to test if it's hot.
Yep.
If the eggs float, then it's good. Usually when you do egg batter, you go from the egg batter straight to the fryer. I'm just putting it on the tray over here just because somebody's moving a little faster than I am, so I'm trying to play catch up over here. But if you're actually breading it after the eggs, then you can let it sit for a little bit before you fry it. You'll be all right.
Well, my family's very large. When we sit together for a holiday, we're 30. So I do so much eggplant because I shouldn't be doing it on Easter, but they love it so much I usually end up doing it. I'm one person trying to do a lot of, at least 3 pans.
But the hard part is peeling and cutting.
Yep, it absolutely.
You know, Jim
That's why we
Jim
work.
gets the hard work.
That's why we work together as a
Well,
team.
is that what it is? It's called a team now?
It's called a team.
Ah, okay.
And I fry them in the electric fry pan because I can't stand for a couple of hours doing them on the stove. It is a lot of work.
You're taking that job away from
Yeah, I'm
me too?
taking that.
I can't do nothing. Yeah.
I just wanted to
I
get.
see why Jim only does the peeling and the cutting, because then after that, he's probably thrown out of the way, so I get it.
In my marinara sauce, I like a lot of flavor, so I put a lot of spices and I put fresh basil.
Yeah.
I love the smell of it and it makes the sauce taste good.
I'm supposed to be the fast cook over here, buddy.
You're doing a good job.
I don't know, I can't keep pace with the...
I like this pan because it's rectangle, it holds a lot, rather than a round one, you know what I mean?
We're done with the flour, so we'll get that
We're
out
done
of
with
here.
the flour. I just need the cheese, the mozzarella, the sauce, and the eggplant.
Hot sauce coming through.
I'm taking the pan that I'm going to bake them with, and I'm putting the sauce on the bottom, and I'm covering the whole bottom of the pan with sauce.
So the eggplant doesn't stick to the bottom of the tray, you put some sauce on it.
Eggplant is definitely a marinara sauce. You start with a little olive oil, take a couple of cloves of garlic, watch them so they don't burn, infuse the oil. And then I prefer sclafani, peeled ground tomatoes. And this took 6 cans just to do what you're going to see here today. Yeah, that's perfect. And just seasoning, fresh basil, salt and pepper, Mrs. Dash, there's a lot of red pepper flakes in here.
Oh, so it's a spicy marinara.
So it gives you a little bite
Little
because
kick.
marinara sauce isn't to me tasty unless you spice it up. He can't do it spicy because he's feeding the
cooking
people,
for everybody. That's got
here, and a
different
lot
taste,
of
different
people.
palate, so I gotta be
That's
careful.
perfect, Bob. That's perfect. It's really golden.
Nice golden brown color, perfect. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put it right in the tray.
Okay?
There we go.
If you get a couple of more in there, I'll start doing it.
You got it.
I'm gonna make a complete layer, put some more sauce, put Parmesan Reggiano and mozzarella. I do not do them all one on top of the other. I do put sauce in between the layers and season with the mozzarella and the grated cheese. It was on Arthur Avenue, and it had a sign on it, world's best eggplant. And my grandkids, because my grandson played at Fordham, and so my son took maybe 10 or 15 players on Fordham football team, and he took them to the restaurant, and the owner came over and talked to my son, and he said, Mom, my kids want to taste your eggplant. And so the guy said, oh, you'll forget about your grandmother's when they taste mine. And so they all had eggplant, and after it was over, he came over and he says, how about it? My grandkids and the kids on the football team, who I fed the whole team, and they all had my eggplant. They went over to them and they said, well, how'd you like it? And they said, my grandmother's is better. Gotta take your sign down. Now I'm putting the Parmesan Reggiano, and I put some mousse. Excuse me, my hands are clean, so I usually do it like this. A handful, just enough to kind of...
Just to cover the layer a little bit.
Just to cover it.
Because you're making 3 layers. You don't want to put too much on there.
No, making 3 layers.
So
and
here
then
starts the second layer now.
Here's the second layer.
Yeah, I think we'll get 3 layers out of all of this.
Yeah, you might.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like the Italian store in North Haven. I'm giving them some advertising.
Luigi, they actually got good product.
Mozzarella and their ragout is probably the best. It comes out almost like a whipped cream, and actually our CEO, Brian Bedard, after giving him some of my manigots and eggplant rollatini, wanted to know why it was so good and it didn't look like cottage cheese, and I'm sure I have verification on that. And I told him when I do lasagna or manigot, the secret is I buy 1 container for every 3 pounds of ragout. I use 1 container or 1 pound of mascarpone. And I think that it comes out almost like a whipped cream.
If you want to learn how to cook, you got to steal it from the best by watching.
I have a lot of tricks that are going in my cookbook for my grandson that no one really knows, like in pot roast and beef stew and meatloaf, which I'm praying that they will use my meatloaf recipe here. It's the prize-winning meatloaf recipe in the United States.
Well, maybe if you pass that along to, you know, us Italians over here.
I will.
You know, I'll be happy to try and make it for you.
Well, you make meatloaf pizza. You make meatloaf pizza.
I know, but I want to make a meatloaf your way.
Okay, you
Let's see how
will
it
love
comes
it.
out.
You will love it. See the way he's got it now? This is crispy. This is, to me, what makes it. When you cook, it shows the love you have for your family. I learned it when I was young, and everybody couldn't wait to get in my grandmother's driveway because you could smell it halfway down the street. And my kids, when they come for holidays, they get around the curb and they open the window and they go, Nanny's got everything cooked. And I think it brings a family, even when the kids now, my grandkids are all over the world. When they come back, we're coming over for lunch and they tell me what they want. And it's usually this. Well, I usually feed maintenance, my neighbors, and everybody that likes this.
And I got a taste of her eggplant one time.
I even made it for Baki.
Very good.
And I said, I think I do a good eggplant, and I wanted him to taste it.
Yes, and it was very good, actually.
When you're all done with the layers, you put aluminum foil on there. You put it in the oven for 35 or 40 minutes. When it's done, you take it out and you spread your last bit of shredded mozzarella and cover it, and it'll all melt like a frosting. And don't put it on when you put it in the beginning, because then it gets rubbery. I like it when it's soft, like a frosting. I have a lot of respect for him.
Well, that makes 2 of us, honey.
And I'm pretty tough on the chefs here. If something is not right when I make it and I think him too, I'll throw it out and start again. I will never give someone else something to eat if it doesn't look right to me. If it doesn't, you're the same way.
No, same way. If I'm not going to eat it, I'm not serving it.
To someone else. So I appreciate him. And his pizza, I can honestly say, tastes like a Worcester Street pizza.
Well, thank you. That's more because the products we're allowed to get in here, which is top notch.
And that's the pizza I like, is Worcester Street, and he's just as good.
Thank you.
And next time when we do their lasagna, that's gonna be a Bobby Flay smackdown.
That's because the mascarpone cheese.
Because I think I could beat him in the lasagna.
Lasagna? I think we can give it a shot. Why not? Could I be your helper?
Yes. I want you to make yours first. And then I'll make mine too.
So you want to beat me at the lasagna too now?
And we'll do a really smackdown Bobby Flay.
I got a better idea. How about we do a smackdown Brian Bedard? Because he thinks he can cook.
He does.
I think between the two of us, I think we can beat him. I know he's good. I heard that too from people, but.
Brian's good. I love Brian. I think Brian knows that I respect him an awful lot here. And I really love it here. I love the people here, and anytime they knock on my door, what are you making? Can I try it? I give it to them.
Nice. Let me check our eggplant, see how it's doing.
I also do an eggplant with pasta.
Oh, this is your rollatini right here.
Yep.
That looks good.
Yep.
And there you go. It's boiling on the corners, which means it's ready. Here's our eggplant.
There's no moots.
But we're gonna put a little bit of mooch and throw it back in the oven again, right? Or you don't want to put it in the oven. You want to just put the foil on top like you normally do it.
Exactly. If it's hot, the cheese will melt just with the aluminum foil on it. We might need another package of mozzarella. I don't know if this is gonna do it.
Perfect.
It could.
There you go. Nice, evenly baked. I'll push it down. Look at that.
I'm trying to get as many out of one pan for whoever wants them.
There you go. You gotta try a piece.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit. Cuts like butter.
I hope it's good. Is it good?
Bellissimo. Perfect.
You better be careful, I may take over the bistro.
It's okay, you can help me out anytime you want. Here comes the man of the hour. We've been mentioning Brian Bedard, and here he is to try the famous eggplant over here. How you doing, Brian?
Good.
Nice to see you, buddy.
Good,
Thanks for joining us.
First of all, I love both of you. And
Love you.
Years ago, somebody told me that a chef said that food is love.
Yes.
And I have, food is your love language. I've watched you heal people, build relationships, take people that were sad and make them happy with your food.
Pretty much, it does work that way. You're right.
It does. You guys are both amazing chefs. Baki, you're in our restaurant. And I love the fact you have a little menu, but when residents come up and they want something special, there's nothing that's not on your menu.
No, we'll make whatever they want that's gonna make them happy, so that's what we're here for.
And I've walked back to my office some days that were tougher than others, and I walk in and there's a beautiful plate from Mrs. Sansone. So thank you for loving me, and thank you for loving the residents, and thank you for all you do for Elim Park.
No, thank you for having us. Well, you gotta try this.
I'm gonna try this, but I want you to know. I want you to know that I've been to Mike's Deli, and I've had Mike's eggplant.
Another one.
Mike beat Bobby Flay in a throwdown, so that so far is the best eggplant I've had.
I've lost now.
Let's see.
I don't know about that.
And I'm going to be honest. I'm not.
I want you to be honest, Brian.
Great food.
No, Brian, I want you to be honest.
That's got the wow factor.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It does have the wow factor.
That is absolutely amazing.
It came out really.
It's like the sauce, everything is perfectly cooked. But you know what? That's better than Mike's, which is better than Bobby Flay's. And you know what? I'm not surprised.
No, I'm not either.
You guys done an outstanding job.
So all the work she does behind it.
Brian. I put a lot of work in it. I don't cut any corners.
No.
I'm glad you like it, Brian.
Thank you for sharing a piece of you with us. And
Always.
for all the blessings that not only you, both of you At Elim Park.
And
God
we-
bless both of you.
We respect
Thank
one
you.
another a lot, Brian.
Yeah.
We do.
No,
It's a mutual respect goes around, which is nice, and we appreciate it.
food has brought us together.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the love for it is going to keep us here, so,
Yeah.
you know.
I love to cook, and I've always loved to cook.
What's the Italian word? Mange? Three of us maybe?
Manja.
Manja.